Welcome, everybody. It is the Raw Recap with the Drip King, Jimmy Baby. I'll be just 1 second. I'm finishing up this real quick, and we will get to the show. I personally enjoyed the show. I see some of the comments I saw what he was saying. He didn't like the show tonight, but that's okay. I thought it was great. But one last second, and and we can start the show. I personally enjoyed the show. It was nothing special, but I think we got a lot of solid stuff, and that's all I can ask for. As long as I'm getting solid stuff, I'm not going to complain. So with that stated, I missed the first minute. I had to catch up afterwards. Hold up. What's going on here? Boom, boom, boom. Yes, here we go. Where is it?
The following announcement has been paid for by Drip King Wrestling.
The votes are in. The match is set. King versus Captain. But before we get there, we have to ask ourselves a very important question. We all know that kingdoms fall, but at the end of the day, that king is still a man on his own 2 feet, ready and willing to scratch and climb and crawl back to the mountaintop. You see, it's not the castle that makes a king. It's not the throne. It's not the scepter. Hell, it's not even the damn crown. No. It's none of that at all. It's power. The power to lead, the power to rebuild, and the power to conquer. So now we go back to that oh so very important question that need be asked. Now that we know what a king is without his kingdom, what is a captain without his boat? He has his crew. Oh wait, no he doesn't. He has treasures in which he stole from other pirates. Oh wait, no he doesn't. You see, when I sink that ship, those treasures become property of the sea. Those members from his crew, they become property of me. And the captain himself, he becomes nothing more than fish food. And if you think the Drip King of Wrestling is allowing a shipless captain who is nothing more than a bucket of chum beat him in the finals, well, you got another thing coming. Baby.
Now that we're back to the show, that's for you, El Capitan. You're done for, son. That's all I got to say about it. But we can start the show now. Starts off Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar. I believe Bobby Lashley called him out. I literally walked in as they were fighting, so I don't know exactly how we got there. But I know Bobby Lashley whooped that booty tonight. He speared him through the barricade, speared him over the table, speared him through the table. Brock was all on the ground. Talking about, oh, I'm hurt. They had to pull Bobby off. Looked like a man on a mission. That's how you book Bobby Lashley, baby. That man looked insanely just like ready to murder Brock Lesnar, and I loved it. This time last year, if you would have told me that a year from last year, if you would have told me I would be a fan of Bobby Lashley, I would have told you was absolutely crazy. There's no way in hell. But that man, I like him now more than I did with MVP. Especially stuff like tonight is exactly how he should be booked. He looked incredible tonight. I loved it. And that's how you start the show. As David said here, it's a hot segment to start the show with Bobby putting Brock barricade on the table, and that's how you build interest in a match. Real quick, great job. Yes, absolutely 100% behind that comment all day. Looking good, babe. Thank you very much. You as well. Always looking good as well, babe. Thank you. Oh, I got another one coming too, baby, later this week. So from there, commercial break. We come back. There's mayhem. The tables are broken. All this good jazz. Oh, sorry. So from there, we get the OC versus Alpha Academy. We all know how I feel about OC. I assume y'all know how I feel about OC. But again, I'm going to give them the opportunity just because of the pop they got last week. There's obviously people who do want to see them So I'm just going to zip it, watch it, and see what happens. The match with Alpha Academy was nothing special. I don't think OC is really anything special in the ring. I fail to understand what it is about them that makes people excited, other than the fact that AJ has backup. But that's just me. OC wins, unfortunately. That means Otis and Chad Gable had to take a loss here. But this is all just to build them up, because as we talked about on the prediction show earlier today, where we predicted the Crown Jewel match, one of the matches we predicted came to fruition. I don't think it was anything crazy, though. I think everyone kind of saw it coming in. Judgment Day comes out afterwards, and they say, Finn Balor, he's like, yo, I started this club. And since I started it, I will be the one to end it. And that'll be too sweet. Nice little nod to the stuff without going off. It was a nice nod. I liked it. And then they challenged the OC original club, whatever they want to call it, to a match at Judgment Day. So there it is, the 6-man match. I'm for it. Then after that, AJ says, maybe you should ask your mama Rhea about it. And then Dom says, you don't talk about Rhea like that. And he stepped up and put his big boy britches on, and he ended up challenging AJ to a match tonight. I'll say this. Since joining Judgment Day, Dom still has work. He's not just magically better since joining Judgment Day. He's just magically more interesting. That's all it is to it. I liked the way he presented himself tonight far more than what it was before. It's far more intriguing to me. I'm not like, oh God, Dom, get off the TV. I'm like, okay, let's see what this kid's about to say. So he challenges AJ. Match is set for later tonight. I'm interested. We'll get to the match when it happens, but not a bad segment in my opinion. I liked it. Let's see, Good Brothers Alpha Academy. For those that aren't familiar with the Good Brothers, this is pretty standard fare for them. It won't really get worse, but also, yeah, exactly. They're okay, and for whatever, I don't know what they've done. I don't know what they've done, but they've managed to get people to think that they are better than what they really are. But they're not bad, so I can't hate them. That it is what it is. We got an OC fan, and AJ or the whole thing, because that's wild to me if it's a Gallows and Anderson thing. Carl Anderson has slayed the face Hikuleo that same day for the Never Openweight Championship in Osaka. Is that going to be a live show, or is that going to be like a tape show like the one from this past weekend? I'm not sure, but that's interesting. You can't do 2 shows at once. Or can he? He could just fly from Saudi over to Japan. I don't know. That'd be crazy. That'd be wild. I will say Carl Anderson is a much better wrestler than Luke Gallows. I'll say that nice thing about them. Judgment Day out. Nice call out from Finn to start the Bullet Club, sort of. So they much they break back into. But that's it. There's no need to reach into it, though. The Bullet Club is still a thing going on. No need to reach into it unless they're going to bring that over. But that's all. We won't even go down that rabbit hole right there. Then how? Yeah, I'm very curious how that's going to work. Unless he's just going to drop the Never Openweight Championship. Don should have died. I don't agree with that. Nope, don't agree with it all. Because again, I think Dom is much more. He seems confident. He seems confident on the mic right now. I'm not sure he's great, but he's not bad anymore. I think he's good. I think he's serviceable at this point. Except they say who's a fan of all 3. That's and correct me if I'm wrong. And then after AJ, it was Omega. Yeah, Omega after AJ. But that's for another day too. After that, that's the segment. Seth Rollins comes out. He has himself a little promo, and he gloats about becoming United States champion and how he's going to beat Riddle tonight because it ain't the fight pit. He ain't going to fall for that nonsense again. He's going to be winning. He's going to be singing. The crowd's going to be singing along, having a good old time as Seth freaking Rollins does. Then out comes Ali, Mustafa Ali, and he says, yo, Bobby said I was next, and I know things have changed, but I'm here to collect my shot. Seth Rollins says, get to the back of the line, and then then he gets in the ring. They have themselves a little fight, a little scuffle. AJ throws him into the I'm talking about AJ now. Seth throws old Mustafa Ali into the corner post and then leaves. Mustafa Ali sells it major. I thought he might have broke his nose. That's how hard he was selling it. Good job on Mustafa there. From there, JBL's limo arrives in the back. And you're like, okay, Baron has arrived. It didn't go too long. That's all I'll say. It didn't go too long. Damage Control comes out. It's Io and Dakota, and they're going to be taking on Bianca and Candice in a match. I don't think it was for the tag titles. I think it was just a standard tag match, which I'm fine with this match. I was saying earlier on the other thing, I think that the whole Damage Control is taking over too much stuff. If we're getting more Dakota and Io, it's not as bad as long as Bayley's just getting rammed down the throat. So, match itself, nothing special. It was good. It was okay. It was nothing great. Bayley got involved, so obviously we're doing more Bayley Bianca stuff in the future. And then basically the Damage Control won when Bianca attacked Bayley and then left Candice to herself, and they did some kind of crazy move and pinned Candice 1, 2, 3. They picked up a win. They need that win. The tag champs, they need to be stronger. They also need tag teams to fight, go up against, not just thrown together people like Bianca and Candice. That we need to do more than that. Riddle, he's interviewed in the back. Let's see. Control versus Ray Bianca ladies got lots of time, which is good. Not a match that really stood out in one way, but it's one any stretches will be all from ladies. Yeah, that's true. That was from all from ladies, and that's fucking crime. I pardon my language, but it is a crime because there's more ladies to be put on this show and do it. Why not? Why the frick not? I know they're not all injured, so put some more on there, please. So then Riddle, he's interviewed in the back, and he's talking about he's gonna beat Seth again like he did in the fight pit, and then he sees Ali and he walks up. He says, "Hey man, just so you know, I saw what happened. And if I win the title tonight, I'm going to offer you a shot if I win." And then Ali goes, "Oh, really?" And then you hear Miz in the background. He's going, "Oh, my knees." So then they go around the corner. This is the stuff they were doing when Triple H first took over. They kind of moved away from, but now it seems like they're moving right back into it, which I really like. It's transitioning. They're transitioning from thing to thing, and it's just smooth. I like it. I like multiple things happening like back to back to back. It's a smooth transition like this. And they go to Miz, and he's holding his knee. He's hurt. He's just the custodian, messed up, and he got hurt, and he slipped and fell, and now his knee shattered, and he can't wrestle tonight. He can't have that match against Dexter Lumis that we were all excited to see. So then they go from there, and they go to Cora. Cora Jade, she's there looking for Pick Your Poison. On SmackDown, we saw Roxanne pick Raquel. So then Cora, she's asking Rhea, which threw me for a loop. I would have never thought it was going to be Rhea that Cora asked, and Rhea said yes to her. Like, yeah. So you have an issue with Roxanne, who's your tag team partner. Oh, it sounds kind of similar to what I had with Raquel. I don't remember them being a tag team, though, so that's kind of weird. But she asked, Rhea says, "Yeah, I'll do it." I don't think it fits Rhea's character, but it is what it is. I don't watch NXT, so it's not going to bother me that much. So I guess tomorrow you're going to see Rhea versus Roxanne, and then Cora versus Raquel. Rhea versus Roxanne could be good, though. That could be very fun. Because Roxanne is awesome, and Rhea, back in the ring, Rhea's phenomenal, too. So that could be actually good enough for me to, check out that match. But I'm not watching the rest of it. So then it's JBL. He comes out to the ring, and he gets some heat. He does the traditional cheap heat, goes after Oklahoma. He hates Oklahoma. Obviously, he's a Texan man. Oklahoma, Texas, they don't like each other for whatever reason. I guess it's college football, whatever it may be. He gets some heat. Heat. Then he calls out Baron Corbin. And I never realized how horrible Baron Corbin's music was until he came out tonight. That shit gotta go. You know what else has to go? Baron Corbin's ring attire. He looked goofy. He got that goofy music. He got that goofy ring attire, and he's with JBL, who's doing this great heel work. And it's like, yo, this doesn't. I think Corbin and JBL will work great if they just change that. The ring attire I could probably get used to. The music definitely has to go, though. Almost like there's something else going on tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be traveling. I don't like the fact that Dynamite's on tomorrow. I hate it. I might not even get to watch it. I'll have to catch things later. JBL shitting on the indies when most of the roster comes in. But that's JBL's character. That's fine. That's what JBL does. He pisses people off and says shit like that. It was very well done. Yeah, it's just I think it's kind of cheap when you do it so much, and JBL did it quite a bit tonight. But this was the most interactive the crowd was all night. I don't really like tonight's crowd. They didn't seem like they cared. So, but anyway, so Corbin, he's reintroduced as JBL's like little side project, and then he's got a match against Dolph Ziggler. And this is not a slight on Dolph Ziggler because I think he's great. Here we go. We got Tidy up in the chat. There we go. What's up, Tidy? New Corbin looks a lot like old Corbin. This could be an interesting pairing, similar to Brian. I think the pairing could be great. I just think that the music is the first thing that has to go. Because it does not go with what they're doing now for sure. And that ring attire, the color comp was horrible. I know I'm sounding kind of weird, but talk to the Drip King. This is the kind of stuff I look at. I don't like it. It was a horrible color combination. You got to change it, Corbin. But he faces Dolph Ziggler, and this is not a slight on Dolph Ziggler. I think he's awesome at what he does. But if you're reintroducing Corbin and he's supposed to be a badass now, you can't have a match where it goes this long against Dolph Ziggler, a guy who's hardly ever on TV. Kind of should have been a squash, if you're asking me. If you're reintroducing Corbin, you want him to look big, you want him to look strong, have him just beat Dolph Ziggler down. Yeah, he does have a good match, and he'll sell like crazy. But this is a reintroduction of Corbin. Smash Ziggler. This match should have been like 4 minutes tops. Smash Ziggler. Let people know Corbin ain't playing around. He's got his head in the game, and he's big, and he's strong, and he's here to take people out. That's how it should have been done, in my opinion. But the match itself, if you take away that part of it and you just watch the match, it was an enjoyable match. I really enjoyed the match. So much so, I won't say it was match. It could have been match of the night, honestly. There wasn't any standout matches tonight, in my opinion. But that is what it is. From there, Doctor in the back. Whoop. He's checking on Miz. Miz is like, "Oh, my knee. I can't wrestle tonight. It's shattered. Have the surgery. I can't do it." Then in comes Byron Saxton. He's like, "Yo, we've checked the records from the custodial records, and this place hasn't been mopped since last night. And the custodian said they saw you pouring water on the ground, then you sat down in it, and this is all just a ruse. You even put up the wet floor sign." And then he's like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking?" This is the Miz stuff I like because it works for him. And he's just chicken shit. He's like, "I didn't do that, blah, blah, blah." And then all of a sudden, off screen, you hear someone say, "Oh my God, it's Dexter Lumis." And then Miz jumps up and lands on his feet, goes, "Where?" And then they pan over as Johnny Gargano. And then Johnny Gargano goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. It was just Byron Saxton." And then he walks off. And then Byron's like, "It looks like your knee's fine." And then Miz is like, "Oh, my superior genes allowed me to heal much faster than a normal person, so I guess I can wrestle tonight." It's cheesy, but it's funny to me. I like it. This segment works all day for me. I watch this kind of stuff all day. Yes, it did. Stop it. You building people up, man. You can't have them have that. Stop. Good Miz segment. Yes, good Miz segment. Finally, I thought it was very comical. Very, very comical. MVP and Omos promo on Strowman. Nothing special. He just talks about, he puts over Strowman, big, strong, all this other stuff. But Omos isn't no normal man. He's there to take him out. That's it. That's all that was. OC backstage, they're talking with AJ and Luke Gallows and Anderson. And then Grimes comes up and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for some help for tomorrow." And they say, "Hey, ain't you that millionaire with all the money?" He says, "Hey, for money, we'll do anything." And then he goes, and then something about crypto. I don't know. I couldn't follow along. It was a lot going on at once. But basically, Luke Gallows and Anderson, they're still on the thing of, yeah, we'll do it for money. They're beer money. They want money. So they're going to go ahead and join Grimes tomorrow and doing whatever he's doing on NXT. I don't even, was it against Tony D'Angelo and his crew, I believe? Maybe. I don't know. I should probably follow a little bit more for moments like that, especially if they're going to intertwine things more like this. No. Luke Gallows and Anderson, they're going to be on NXT tomorrow. They're going to be helping Cameron Grimes. I agree with this 1,010%. 1,010%. Cameron Grimes is money. They need to push him to the moon. You know what it is. Then from there, we get AJ Styles versus Dom. This is the moment of the night for me. Not because because I'll say this about Dom too. I know AJ played a big role in this, a very large, significant role in this. This is the best Dom match I've ever watched. I'll say it. That's not a very high bar. I know this. I'm in no way saying Dom is great. Dom has turned a corner. Nothing of the sort. He did look better tonight. I assume it had to do with AJ Styles. But the kicker here, Rhea interfered a lot in this match. A lot. And in the end, AJ ended up kicking her in the head to break free. And then in the midst of that, Dom rolled him up, stacked him up. 1, 2, 3. Dominic Mysterio, a man that is universally hated by everyone in the IWC. Pete, AJ Styles, a man that is universally loved by everybody in the IWC. And this is the kind of shit I live for on the Twitter machine, Twitterverse, whatever we're going to call it. Because people are mad. And it's absolutely wonderful. Again, this is not a declaration of I think Dom is great. He's nowhere close. He did look better tonight. This is a huge moment for the kid. And he's getting reactions, so you kind of got to just go with the flow. And here he says he has a fine mullet. It is a very fine mullet. I still don't know why he hasn't grown the stash. I still don't know why he hasn't done it. He needs to. It would be awesome. But I was completely floored when I saw Dom get the pinfall here. It was crazy. I'm all for it, though, because it's going to piss people off. And you got to piss people off sometimes. You have to. And that's what this did. So good job on them. I would have never in a million years thought they'd do something like that. And good on AJ for doing the job. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. It was very funny. Very, very funny. Next up, Miz. He's walking backstage. But no, I don't want. I want a pencil stash, like a la Vincent Price. That's the kind I want. Or Eddie Guerrero. You know, the WCW Eddie Guerrero. That fine little stash. That's what I want Dom to get. That shit would be so sick. But Miz and Gargano backstage. And I don't know if they was listening to the prediction show today or not, but they finally gave me something for the Miz Dexter nonsense. All the props in the world to AJ. He's a team player, baby. But Miz and Gargano are backstage, and then Gargano says, man, looks like your knee's fine. Looks like you can finally go ahead with the match. And then he says, you know, if you don't want to go through with this match, you could just tell everybody the truth on why Dexter's doing this. And then Miz plays stupid. I don't know. He goes, it literally could just go away if you just go out to that ring and tell everybody what happened. And Miz is just playing stupid. He's not going to do it. So, obviously, we've moved into the part now, like a month too late, where Miz has obviously wronged Dexter Lumis in some way, some fashion. I don't know. Maybe he didn't sign his autograph at a red carpet. I don't know. He's done something to him, and that's why he's doing it. So thank you. Little late, though. Little late for this stuff. And then that was the segment. But I like it because, again, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for something, a freaking reason, and we finally got just something, a tease of something, which is fine because now I'm like, okay, now I'll come back next week. I'm going to come back next week anyway, but I'm going to be waiting to find out, okay, what's the next step in this process? But from there, we go out to the match. Dexter Lumis is coming out, and if he wins, he gets his contract. Yay, hooray, Dexter Lumis. Only problem is the man didn't even get halfway down the ramp, and Miz came down and just started beating the piss out of him with a steel chair. He hit him like 10 times in the back of the steel chair, laid him out on the ground. Then he picked him up and hit the Skull Crusher finale on the chair to Dexter Lumis. Did this and walked to the back. They checked on Lumis. He's hurt. So they're stretching this out a little bit longer. But again, the fact that they gave me a tease tonight, okay. Don't make me wait this long for the next part, though. Don't do it. Because this has been the most frustrating thing in all of wrestling to me, is the fact that we've been going through this week after week after week after week, and there's been no reason for it. So don't go down that line again. Don't make me wait 2 months to find out the next step in this whole damn story. Get back to me next week. We're going to talk about botches. I'm not going to talk about botches. I'm not going to do that. It was a little line of chair shots, and Miz is nowhere near the competitor that most people are. I've always stated that. But I'm not about to talk about botches because everybody does it. Everybody. Back after that, we go backstage, and Gargano says, "Man, do you really think that's going to keep Dexter from coming after you? Why don't you just give him what he wants?" And then Miz is like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Then Gargano starts hinting a little bit more to the severity of things, saying, "Well, what's going to happen if you do it? You get canceled? You lose your house. Myself and Candice take over Miz and Mrs." So obviously from Dexter, Miz is going from Dexter to Johnny Gargano. There's going to be a transition. Again, I like this. I like when there's multiple things happening around one person. Happened with the Bloodline, happened with Judgment Day, and now it's happening with Miz. I like this kind of stuff. I wish it wasn't Miz because I'm over Miz, but I'll allow it because I do like it when they do it. And Miz is serviceable and has moments where he shines. Miz still plays stupid. He ain't going to do it. He's not going to do it. So I'm very curious. I'm extremely curious what this is about now. And so job well done. Just wish you would have done it sooner. Next up, Elias. He's out there for a concert. He's interrupted by Riddle. And I'm like, oh, no. Riddle's got his bongos. And he's like, yo, I want to have a concert with you. He goes, I brought my bongos. When Ezekiel was here, I got zeked up, man. That shit was crazy, bro. He goes, you want to play with the bongos? Hold on, hit my bong. Nice little comedy thing. And I'll say this. I've been saying about Riddle that he needs to be pushed because he's awesome and the character works. And I bet people tell me the character doesn't work. He's too goofy. He's been more serious lately, and the reactions were going down. Tonight, Riddle came out acting goofy, and those reactions are, it's just one night, I'll say that, but this was a bad crowd, and even they were kind of giving him those good reactions that he's been missing lately because of the goofy character. So the next time someone tells me he needs to stop being goofy and start being more serious, shut your mouth, sons. Shut it. Because that man and that gimmick work. It works. May not work for you, may not work for him, may not work for her. It works, though, for the masses. And tonight, it's all the proof I need. Just watch it, and you'll see. Watch what's happening. Watch the reactions die over the last week or month when he's been being serious, and then watch them start to come back up now that he's being goofy again. Watch it happen. Watch it. And then don't watch, man. You know who you sounding like, man. Come on now. You sound like those people that you sounding like them, man. Anyway, so they start. Elias tells him have a seat. He's going to do the concert. Elias starts the concert, and then Seth interrupts, and Elias is pissed. And then they go commercial break, come back. It's time for Elias or Riddle versus Seth. Elias on the outside. Why he's staying, I don't know. Maybe because he's mad. I thought for sure he was going to be attacking Riddle, but we'll get to that. During the match, Elias ends up hitting Seth with a knee because Seth shoved him. He didn't like it, so he hit him. Then after that, the match continued on. Riddle hit the triangle. He held it. Rollins finally broke it. After that, Rollins went to the outside. He goes, come on, hit me, Elias. Hit me. Elias wouldn't hit him. So Rollins super kicks Elias. He goes back in the ring. He starts fighting Riddle again. And then somehow, some way, Elias slides back in the ring. Rollins pushes Riddle into Elias, which ends up causing him to hit the stomp on Riddle. 1, 2, 3. Then he goes, he stomps Elias for good measures. Then he tries, after he's already won, Seth Rollins is still the United States champion. Then he puts the United States title down. He's like, I'm going to stomp Riddle's face into the title. But before he can, Mustafa Ali comes out there, makes a save. They fight. Rollins runs through the crowd as Ali's saying, I'm your problem now. So I'll say good on David. He said Mustafa Ali would be at Crown Jewel, and it looks like he's probably going to be facing Seth Rollins. That match is going to slap, son. They're both sick. I'm looking forward to it. I like Ali getting an opportunity here. I hope it just extends past Crown Jewel. Hopefully, please, hopefully. And that's the show. I personally enjoyed it. I think it was strong enough to keep me interested. It wasn't a dragging show. I looked at my watch like, oh, it's almost over. That's my sign of a show that's entertaining to me. I wasn't like, okay, where are we at? How much longer? Oh, we got an hour and a half. None of that. I was like, oh, okay, we in main event time now. Okay. This was a very fast-paced show. I enjoyed it. That's what I'll say about it. It wasn't good to you. To you. There are plenty of people that do like it, though. You want to see just straight wrestling. This is entertainment. There's other ones to watch. You got New Japan, you got AEW, you got Impact that you love so much. There's no need to watch WWE, man. There's no need. It was entertaining. He did cost him anyway. So now I'm curious if Riddle's going to be like, yo, bro, what's the problem? And they're going to feud. I hope not. But we'll see. Anyway, that's the show. Again, I appreciate it. And in case you missed it, I'll post the little promo for El Capitan tomorrow on the Twitter machine. Staying hydrated for my good man, Quizmaster. No, it wasn't. It just wasn't. That's all. That's all I said. Man, get out of McDonald's drive-thru, Tidy. Go get something better than that. You got In-N-Out Burger over there. Get out of there. Go get some In-N-Out Burger, man. What you thinking, man? Yeah, that's the show. What we got coming up? I'm not sure. If you haven't checked out the Crown Jewels prediction, the show match prediction, whatever we want to call it, card prediction, match prediction, show, whatever. Me, myself, Nick, and Tyler, we predicted what we think the match is going to be. 3 matches have been announced, and all 3 of them we picked earlier today, so it wasn't very hard. They were pretty obvious, so I'm not going to grab ourselves, pat ourselves too much on the back. It was pretty predictable, but we nailed 3 so far, so hopefully the other 8 happen, and we can be 11 for 11. But, yeah, check that out if you haven't. It was fun. It was good. Also, if you haven't checked out the Captain's Table, this past Saturday, it was Beach Bash 92. 2 good matches. A lot of fun. Oh, excuse me. And Buddy Wars. Get up to date on Buddy Wars because a week from today, the finals are there. It's myself and El Capitan. And as I said at the beginning of the show, you saw promo number 2. If you haven't seen promo number 1, go back and watch it because I'm ripping this man to shreds. He ain't on my level. That's what I said. And that's what it's facts of life. That's what it is. Thank you very much. So with that, get caught up on Buddy Wars so you can watch the finale next week and you can see the Drip King. I already got the crown, so I'm just going to get something else, put on the crown. You can double crown me because I'll be the champ. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Write it down. Take a picture. IDGAF. It's what it is. I'm literally rambling now, so I'm going to end the show. Thank you all for watching. Much love. I will see you next Monday. I will not be doing much of anything this weekend or week. So, yes, next Monday for not only the Buddy Wars finale, Raw Recap, baby. So, until then, stay safe, stay hydrated, and have some fun. Watch some wrestling, man. Enjoy yourself.